Look like we're live, y'all. Well, we'll see in the playback. I'm on a different phone and the screen is blue. Why is that? Because I got blue teep on my camera. I just don't like people taking pictures without my permission. I don't know who you are and why you want to take my picture. It must be for nefarious reasons. And just on all y'all phones, you know that, right? You looking on the phone, somebody's looking at you. Man, that's an invasion. What's wrong with these people? Why they don't mind their own business? You've been watched 24/7. Some people even drive around in cars and just park and watch, see who come and leave your house. That's sick. That is sick. I don't care what I may have done. If you ain't got the balls or nerve to come and knock on my door and see if I'm gonna open it, or call me and tell me you're coming, man, I ain't scared of you. I have a conversation with you about anything. But you got to come right. You can't sneak in. So that's not what I want to talk about. That was distraction. You know, there's a lot of talk about the Matrix. Oh, this is Staying in the Light radio, by the way. If those of you don't know, this is a radio for show. And I like to rhyme when I got the time and the spirit is right. Yeah, that's me. Naturally. Ain't no script here. I'll go with the flow till there ain't no more. What do you know about the Matrix? Now, if you just a little over 20 years old, you don't know nothing about it. Because it came out in 1999, before your lifetime. So if you're a young person, you're going to really be educated here. Because those of us who are 30, let's say 40 and over, we know good about the message. We know very much about the Matrix because we was grown when we saw it. But if you haven't grown in it, if you haven't lived life, you don't know what we're talking about when we say the Matrix. You just think we're talking about the movie. No, there's a lot of keys in that movie. This was put out by an oracle named Sophia Stewart. She's a real oracle. She sees the future and put it in books called, uh, well, they took movies and made it out of movies. Uh, what's this man name? Terminator, Matrix. Yeah, she put all that out. They stole it. These Wachowski sisters, they used to be brothers. They stole it and say it was hers. Yeah, that's everything they steal. And she wrote this book some time ago, but it was only at the turn of the century when they had the technology to actually produce the movie. Just a little background. The Matrix, I'm going to do it in my own words. You can listen to Morpheus when you watch the movie. He's going to maybe explain it a little more. Well, he's explaining it his way. I'm going to explain it my way. The Matrix is the opening of your mind. You know, you got eyes, you got ears, you can't see and you can't hear if your mind is closed. What mind am I talking about? I'm talking about your third eye, or we can say the pineal gland. That thing is calcified, it's closed. You just walk and do. You live a pretty functional life, but you're dead. Meaning you don't get the full meaning of what this existence here is all about. It's not about working. play, eating, sex. That's not what it's all about. So when you open your pineal gland, oh, now you see. You say, I was blind, but now I see. Meaning your ears are open now. Your eyes, you can see now. The veil been lifted. Now, how do you do this? Opening your pineal gland. Well, that's the work you got to do. You got to expose yourself to all type of knowledge. Matter of fact, every kind of knowledge. And something will resonate with you. Give you an example. I read when I was a teenager. I read. Now, see, this knowledge is not coming from people you know. Usually, your parents. You may be blessed to have that in your family, but most people have no idea what getting out the matrix is. I didn't have it in my family, so I did my own study after I had traveled the world. See, that was the benefit I got. I traveled and I saw other cultures and people lived, you see, and everybody's working. People in Africa, the students are reading newspapers. They're not out there chucking and jiving. That's why when I was in college, I didn't think nothing about going to club. Club for what? I'm supposed to be learning something here. Why y'all not teaching me anything? Come out there dumb as a frog, dumber than when you went in. That's what's happening, y'all. You ain't learning nothing. They ain't teaching you nothing. It's getting less. They're teaching you less and less and charge you more and more. And you come out unqualified to do anything. That's your fault because learning is free. Knowledge is free. You just got to do the research and you got to have the discipline to study. That's one thing I said about college. It taught me how to study, the discipline of how to study, how to make lesson plans and everything. So getting back to the point, I read Malcolm X when I was a teenager. And because I had a vision of the world other than living in America, man, he spoke to my soul. I said, oh, I got to go to the temple. I got to go to the Nation of Islam. I got to see what it's all about. Now, being a city man, a city boy, if you want to say, not being from the streets, a lot of people born in the streets, they know about street life. I don't know nothing about that. So when I saw these brothers there, man, they had a fierce aura. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get wrong, brother, we'll kill you. I mean, I felt it. I said, man, these people are serious. Now I wasn't that serious yet. So I cool off for the temple. I wasn't ready for that yet. So I continued my studies, but my eyes was open. That's the main thing. He showed me a reality other than what we've been taught. Malcolm X, wow. He actually got the road. He actually put the Nation of Islam on the map because this was here for many years, and people didn't really know that much about it until he came and brought his energy and got he the one recommended the Muhammad Speaks, and he said, "Don't put me nowhere on it. I don't want credit for this. I just want this mechanism to use to get the word out to our people." The point being is this. I hope this is recording. Man, it'd be a disappointment I do all this talking. Oh no, I think somebody's here. but I can't get no. I don't think the chat is open, y'all. If y'all trying to get in the chat, I don't think it's open. So, like I said, this is another phone. So, let me complete this idea. When you hear someone who make you feel alive for the first time, that you want to learn, you want to study, you want to think outside the box. You feel like the things you're doing don't make sense anymore. Smoking, drinking, drugs. You say, "Oh, that don't make sense anymore because I've got something in my mind now that giving me a purpose in life." Then you are escaping the matrix. You have escaped the matrix. Now, what you do with that knowledge is up to you. But this is something you got to do. Even today, I listen to everybody until they don't make sense, and I just cut them off. If they stuck on one idea, I shut them off. But I listen to them because there's always something you can learn from everybody. So the education is right in your eyes. But if you go browsing on YouTube or TikTok, they got it. They got the algorithm, so all they show is foolishness. You see, that's the matrix. They want to draw you in to participate in that foolishness. And at the end of the day, you ain't accomplished nothing. Yeah, you laughed that something was funny, but how has that improved your life? How has that increased your pocketbook, your security? If it does nothing for you, leave it alone. So that's how you get out the matrix. That's what it is. It's a set of goals. It's a set of the matrix. Let's tell you what it is. The matrix is a cage. You're a servant. You're a prisoner, and you don't know how you get out. Let alone you're born in it, but you don't know how to get out. The keys is right in your mind. You can open the door anytime. You just got to use your time wisely and stop following the crowds because they ain't going nowhere, or nowhere is where they're going. You got to have discipline. Yeah, you like to do what you do, but cut down on that stuff because it ain't good for you. Pretty soon you won't need it because you have a natural high. Don't need nothing fake, phony, or jive. You become more self-sufficient. You don't need much of nobody or anything. Yeah, we all need love and some of that poontang. But the point being is this. When you're outside the matrix, you know you exist. Otherwise, you just here doing what they say you're supposed to do with no rhyme or reason making any sense to you. That's why people take drugs and do all this nefarious things, because they trying to find a purpose beyond the life they living. So I'm telling you, you don't have to do all that. Just listen to people who can bring you light into your mind. Oh, that's a lot of them out there. Man, look, let me name a few. Malcolm X did it for me, but on the scene at the same time was John Henry Clark. a scholar, researcher, he really take you outside the box. You know, the rest of them I'm not going to talk too much about because I didn't see their work amounted to too much. In Texas, we had this guy, this Ethiopian. Yeah, he wasn't too good. And I never went to a lot of these meetings with these people during the time I grew up. So I mostly learned this by doing my own research and study. Like I said, I read a book. Yeah, I read a book, Malcolm autobiography. It got me on the road to seeking. And then after I matured, I went back to the temple, and it had changed quite a bit. Matter of fact, it was a different group, and it wasn't that not that intimidation feeling that I witnessed when I was a youth. I kind of glad the chat's not working because there's no people can't post here some foolishness that take me off topic. I can if I get off topics, it's my own doing. It ain't nobody else. No distractions. That's why you can look at my face and see what's wrong or what you like or what you don't like. Who care about that? Listen to the message. That's where it's at. So read, 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 read. That's what I advise you to do. When your mind is enlightened, everything gonna add up, make sense to you. Not all at once, it's gonna take some time. But you won't be so upset and uptight when you see things that don't rhyme. I still watch TV sometimes, but I know how to watch it. Because most of the time they're lying straight up the butt. But I flip the script. And the script that they want me to have, I don't follow that script. So when you know how to watch something, you can learn a lot. You can learn the truth, what's not. You can decode the truth in your mind because the truth is with you all the time. Okay, may be getting boring to some people, so let me chime off now. Peace to the Moors, Noble Dry Lee. Yeah, that's another advancement that I took in knowing about me.